guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this ventilated hair glitter strand tinsel. As you can see, it looks like it's part of the wig. It looks like it's ventilated in. I did it strand by strand, and I use this needle to install my glitter tinsel. So as always, if you want to see how I got this hairstyle, then make sure you just keep on watching, and I'm going to show you step by step how I did it. Stay tuned. So this is the hair I'm going to be using today. It's a 26-inch frontal. It is a 13x6 frontal, as you can see, and it is straight, and this is natural color. So I did go ahead and pin down my frontal to my wig canvas block, and I just put it on my wig stand, and I'm just showing you this is the glitter strands that I'm going to be using today. It is like a holographic silver color. It reflects you know, all different shades of color, but the main primary color is silver. And this was the needle that I'm going to be using today, is the needle. And it comes with these different size needles. And I'm just showing you that I am going to be taking one strand each, and I'm going to be ventilating it individually. So I'm not going to grab more than one at one time. I'm just going to be using one at a time. So this is my needle that I'm going to be using today to ventilate my glitter strands. So what you want to do with this is you want to get the needle into one of the squares. After you put the needle in one of the squares, then you're going to grab your hair that you're going to be inserting. And for this video, I'm going to be using my glitter tinsel, and I'm just going to be hooking that tinsel around the end of that needle. And after I hook the needle, after I hook the tinsel around the needle, I am going to twist the needle around to pull it through the square that we have there, the section, the lace. And I'm going to be pulling one side of that tinsel through. I'm not pulling both sides. And I'm not going to pull both sides because, you know, you don't want it to come out completely. So after I did get the tinsel through, I did even it up on both sides to make sure it's even. And then I am going to be making a knot to secure my tinsel. As you can see, I'm tying it here. And it's nice and secure. So I did zoom in because I did want you guys to like really see what I was doing. So now I'm going to repeat this a couple of times just so you guys can get a feel of this and see, you know, very close up how it is done without me just telling you. So I'm just going to be repeating the steps. I did put my needle through one of the squares in the lace, and then I did hook my tinsel to the end, pull it through, and tie it. So I'm doing it again. I put my needle through. Now I'm going to be hooking my glitter strand onto that needle. And at times it did get a little hard for me to pull the needle back through. So I did have a little hard time. A couple of times I was, you know, trying to add this glitter to my hair, but I did cut those out. But I'm letting you know that it is normal if your needle gets stuck or snug or tagged, or you know, it just doesn't go through as smoothly. But it's okay, just take your time and just try again. So as you can see what I'm doing, I'm taking my needle, I'm going through one of the squares through the lace, and then I'm going to be hooking my glitter tinsel onto the end of it. And I'm going to be evening the tinsel out on both sides, and then I'm going to be tying that knot just like that, just to make sure it's nice and secure. And I am just going to be repeating this a couple of times just so you guys, like I said, can see exactly how I did it and how easy it is to ventilate your glitter strands, your tinsel, to your wig. So this is how it looks after I added the, you know, the tinsel to my hair. And I didn't want to add too much, but this was enough for me. So I was just showing you guys the finished product of me you know, adding that glitter too. This is a close-up. As you can see, it looked like the hair, it looked like the strands is growing out of the, you know, the scalp of this wig, but it just, the method that I use, the ventilator, it makes it more flawless and seamless. So this is how the wig looks after I have installed my glitter strands. As you can see, the close-up there. I didn't want to add too much of that glitter there. I just wanted just a slight hint, and so you could just notice it a little bit. I didn't want to overpower the hair with just the you know, the glitter at all, so I just wanted to add it in so it can, you know, brighten up my style. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to install my wig, and I'm going to be using the Ghost Bond glue to install my wig today. So let's get started on that. So what I like to do is push my wig back a little bit and also move the lace. And I do have my hair braided straight back in cornrows, so my hair is already braided and out the way. And as you can see, I have the wig cap on, but I do not do the the ball cap method, because I'm not going to leave this installed for more than a day. So I just apply it to my head, and I did apply my concealer and to my wig cap and to the inside of my lace to match it with my skin tone. So I'm just going to be applying that glue now, and make sure that when you are applying that glue that you are doing thin layers. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do mine, because the mistake that I used to make before, I was applying my glue, it was too thick. I was applying too thick of a layer and it wouldn't dry properly. And another thing is, I used to try to lay my lace down before the glue was completely dry. As I was a beginner and still am a beginner and still learning how to install my wigs, I'm just learning as I go along, and you know, all of the tips that I'm learning, and you know, what's new to me and what I find is easier, I'm just gonna let you guys know it here on my channel basically. So you're just gonna apply that glue across the head. So you make sure you don't get the glue on your actual hairline. You're going to be placing the glue on your skin only, and just make sure that that glue is in front of your hair and not on your hair at all, because of course if the glue is on your hair, when it's time to take off the wig, your hair will be ripped out when you try to take the wig off. So make sure you're nice and gentle and you're taking your time, as you can see I'm doing here. So as you can see, if you put it in thin layers like I did and smooth it out, it is going to dry pretty fast like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a second layer of that glue, and I'm just going to apply that the same way. You don't have to apply it with your fingers. Some people go in straight from the bottle and just, you know, smooth it out on their hairline, but for me, I just like to do it with my finger. That's just a personal preference, but you know, you don't want to make a mess as well. So, you know, just take your time and use whatever it is that you want to use to smooth out your glue. And of course, I'm going to repeat on the other side. I'm going to add a second layer on this side as well. As you can see, when you do thin layers, it does dry much faster. That is something that I also learned. So it's pretty much most of the time when I'm done with my second layer of glue across my hairline is usually when the other side is almost completely dry. As you can see, it's almost completely dry. So I'm just gonna let this dry completely as far as this side. I'm just gonna position my lace and pulling my wig down some, but I'm not going to put it on the glue yet. I'm just positioning it to where I want it to go basically. And I am going to be working in sections, so I'm going to be cutting my lace in 3 sections, in 3 to 4 sections. And I do lay them down separately. I do not lay my wig down all at one time. I do the middle first, and then I lay the sides down after. So I'm just going to be taking my clips and just, you know, clipping that hair out the way so it doesn't get in the way and there's no loose hairs, you know, on your glue or anything like that. So now what I'm going to do is position my wig, and I do want the middle to be about right here where it is exactly. So I'm just going to begin to lay that down onto that glue, and I'm just going to be using my comb just to smooth that lace down into that glue. As you can see, it's still white right there. You see, I was fiending, acting like I couldn't wait a little bit longer, and yeah, that's why it's white. But you want to wait till your glue is clear before you before you try to lay down your lace. So now what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be working on this section now on this side, and I'm going to, you know, position my lace to where I want it to lay, and I want my wig to be here. And again, I'm just going to just smooth that out. And you know, a step that I forgot to do, I forgot to cut off my ear tabs here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. I'm just gonna be taking my scissors, and I'm going to start from here behind my ear where it's connected to the where the lace is connected to the actual wig, and I'm just gonna be cutting off that extra lace basically. Make sure you move the hair out the way so you don't, you know, accidentally cut some of that hair off. And now we're just going to continue to just smooth that wig down in place. And I didn't have to take off that much lace. I just took off about this much, which is good enough for me. And I didn't have to cut off any hair basically, because it's like a perfect fit, perfect size for my actual head shape. So that's good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the lace off of this side. Again, I'm starting from the back where that lace is connected to where the lace is connected to the wig itself. And I'm just going to take that clip and just move that hair out the way. I'm going to cut off that extra lace here, and then I'm going to be positioning my wig to, you know, lay down in my glue. And I want my wig to lay about here, so I'm just going to begin to smooth it out. And as you can see, there's some spaces over here as well where you can see that it is still white. So I'm just going to smooth that out and try to make it lay flat. So I do like the placement of my wig. I don't want to change anything. I'm just going to let that melt basically. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be taking my my elastic band, and I'm just going to be applying that elastic band to my wig. So now I did the wig install, the wig is on. So now we're just going to get into styling my hair. So I'm